Hi everyone, Dom here. Before we start this episode, it's just audio because I deleted the video file by accident. We did film it, it did happen, we were there, but I cleared off my camera because I had some stuff that needed deleting, and I deleted it. So I'm sorry, just audio on this one. Enjoy the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the How Do You Not Know This podcast. Everybody has gaps of knowledge. I'm sure you've been at a dinner party or hang out with friends. They bring out a subject. They all know loads about it. And you just kind of look a little confused. With me, it's football. I don't have all the knowledge. Well, this is the podcast where we talk about those gaps of knowledge. And we've got Exhibit A,
hello,
Dom Hatton Woods, who often hears people talking and has no idea what they're on about. Very often. And Tony Vino and I educate him on some of the gaps of knowledge, though in a previous episode he educated us. So it can go in any direction.
It was good. I enjoyed that. Felt like a human.
Yeah. And we feel enriched.
With opinions.
We feel enriched. We talked about love and...
Did we?
Well, we talked about relationships.
Actually, today's episode is a direct result of you educating us on picking up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you got some women?
In the previous episode,
in the
Dom
back?
taught out of the...
Well, I didn't tell you about... I told you about my experience. I didn't give you any tips.
You didn't give any tips.
But what you have been on courses on how to meet and impress women and approach women, which we've not been on. And therefore, that's why I've always been unimpressive.
Women who are watching this YouTube link are probably more impressed. Because he's trained.
He's trained.
I actually think a pickup course is the only course where you tell people you've done it and it has the opposite effect of what it should.
Yeah.
Or you shouldn't tell them you've done it.
It's like the relational version of, like you become employee of the month at a really shit job.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, it's impressive and not impressive at the same time.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whereas... So it's best almost just to do it and not announce it on a podcast.
Don't tell anyone.
But it's that about. So we thought on the back of that. So that was, you are now a ninja at that initial part of meeting women, which is,
getting them.
Whatever the game or whatever.
Pick them up.
Yeah, pick them up. So you're great for that first half hour.
Once you've picked them up, you now need to make a relationship work. Right.
Tricky.
Yeah. And I also noticed the last time you said, often it's about history. So this time, it's not a history thing. We're going to ask you what you know about love languages.
Oh, yeah, dude, I've actually researched these.
You know about love languages?
Yeah. This is incredible.
This is incredible.
So we're all on an equal footing
here.
We're
all on an equal footing. To the audience members listening who don't know about love languages, we're going to tell you.
I would often get women to do the love language test with me if they've not done it.
How many love languages are there?
I think it's 5, isn't
it? Yes, there are 5.
Yeah.
And and you have like this idea that you have a lead one and a secondary one and a shadow one.
But for people who are listening, the way that it works is we all have love languages which we find more important than others, right? So the same way that someone will respond to some people respond to someone saying I love you all the time. Other people, words mean nothing. Show me. Yeah. So the idea of love languages is there are 5 different ways in which you can express and receive affection.
Yeah. So do you remember what they are?
So you've got gifts. That's
one.
Gifts.
Yeah.
So that's giving gifts and receiving gifts.
I always dislike that one.
You dislike gifts.
I think it's quite a superficial way to express.
For some people.
For some people. But for you, I think it's
a bit of pressure.
I also don't like receiving gifts because I might not actually want it.
So it's that's in your shadow. It's one of those you're not that
I'm a big gifter. I
like being given money and bank transfer.
Yeah, that's called getting paid.
But not that someone's given you this necklace or this watch or this golf club.
Depends if I asked for it. But if I want something, I'm an adult. I'll just get it.
Okay.
For me, I'm not big into gifts.
I'll
one
tell
of those
you the
as well.
value of gifts.
When it comes to someone's birthday as well, I get there and I turn up to a party And then I sometimes go, oh no, you know, like weddings. I've turned up to weddings and my wife said, what did you get? And I'm like, oh shit.
No, but I'll tell you what the value of a gift is. A gift isn't just a gift. A gift is also telling a person, I know you really well and I value you. Because a person who knows you well gets you a gift that only you will love. So, for example, a friend of mine,
oh man,
for her, not even for her birthday, but she was given sea glass, right? Which is glass which has been like worn down by the ocean. To anyone else, it's just a piece of junk. But to this person, because she loves it, her friend getting her that was like, I know you and I know you will like this.
Whereas me as well, so you got me part of a bottle that you found on a beach. Great, thanks. But it's true. It's you do it. So I know for you, gifts don't mean a lot, which is why I haven't got you anything ever. See?
You got me
A book.
a book.
Yeah. Because I thought you might like that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't... Yeah. Because I know that you thought you might like it.
Have I ever got you anything? Ever
over the years
that you've appreciated?
I'm trying to think. Over the years, I think we did Christmas once. We did a Christmas exchange once.
Did you appreciate the book?
Ago. I did.
Cool.
You once got me. You came back from. I think you'd been to Malawi, and it was a piece of art. It was a painting, but it was in on a camera, and I was like, "That's beautiful, man."
Yes.
I got that framed. That was beautiful.
That was
beautiful.
Also, I think was Claire pregnant or something?
It was early on. It was
early on, and I think it was like a mother thing.
And mother, exactly. Yeah. And I was like, that was quality.
So that's gifts.
So there's gifts. There's words of affirmation.
Okay. That is people saying, I care about you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Building someone up, isn't it? Yeah.
I will say that I am terrible at words of affirmation.
Yeah, I thought.
Frequently, partners have told me that I feel very uncomfortable saying I love you.
Really?
I don't say it all the time. I feel very uncomfortable because I almost feel like it's a question. Because when someone says I love you, they want to hear I love you back.
Right, which is interesting, isn't it? Because you're a wordsmith. You're someone that, that loves words and everything.
I feel the word, I must mean it when I say it. I mustn't just say it by rote.
But it's like for some people, it's important for them to hear and to say what's inside them. Whereas some people, I'm a bit more like that, where you should know.
Also, to me, I said it yesterday.
Yeah,
I said it yesterday. You think it's changed?
I've got a mate called Duncan. I remember him saying that his mum said to his dad, "Look, why don't you ever tell me that you love me?" And he goes, his dad said to her, "Listen, I told you on the day we were married 35 years ago. If things change, I'll let you know."
I'm like him. I said it.
I do like reassurance with words in a relationship.
Yeah.
It does help me.
Okay.
So I'm maybe
what
the opposite.
about dirty talk? Okay, because I'll tell you the truth.
I like having it done, but I don't like
words
doing
of defamation.
No, because I'm not really for the I love you, but I will say all the dirty things.
Yeah, I like having it done, but I don't like doing it.
Oh, okay. I love saying those words. So yes, maybe I'm bad at I love you, but I'm good at get on the floor, you dirty slut.
That's beautiful, man. That's really,
it's just touching.
I could never do dirty talk.
You could never.
I'd be like, I'm so sorry. I don't even with a script. I'd find it.
A script? No. Have you tried it with a script?
No, I've never tried it. Because I'd be like, I just think it's impolite. But it's just not polite, is it? To call someone
No. It doesn't have to be. It hasn't.
You can't even say that now.
It doesn't have to be demeaning. It doesn't have to be demeaning. It can be romantic dirty talk. It can be like, I love how you smell and how you feel, and I love being
dirty. That's just affirmation. I could say that.
Oh, you could say that, but it's when it crosses into defamation.
When it goes into denigration. You know what I mean? Okay. Like words of denigration. Because a lot of dirty talk, the sort of more negative side is like you're calling them something that they're not. You're like going, you're a dirty...
No. You're calling them what they are. You're just with a nice person.
Oh, crikey. There's my problem.
There's your problem. No, you don't use the word for someone who's not the word.
So you basically affirm what they are, and even if... And basically... So you put... And it's something that they are that they don't
No, but
display
there's a
in
lot of
normal parts of public.
metaphors. There's a lot of
Okay.
metaphors. It's like
Well, give me one. Educate
blank.
me. This is we're learning today.
We're
aren't we?
learning,
This is
big
it. Go on,
man.
well, give me in this hypothetical situation where you're telling a woman what she is, and it's denigratory, dirty talk. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
do you want me to?
No. I will translate it so that we don't have to bleep everything.
Okay.
Like, for example, it would be like, pick up that piece of trash like a garbage collector.
What?
Right? You're not saying someone is a garbage collector.
What? That's meant to be sexy.
No. I'm giving you an example of how you would, if you say, pick up that piece of trash like a garbage collector.
Yeah.
Well, you
right?
put a high
You're
vis
not
orange
saying-
suit on and
But you're not saying a person is a garbage collector. You're saying that they should pick it up like.
Have you said
a
this to
garbage
someone
collector.
during
No.
sex?
I'm doing this as
This
an
is a
example.
metaphor.
This is a metaphor, right?
Okay.
So if you tell them suck that dick like a slut, you're not saying they are a slut. You're saying that they must
want you to-
embody one.
You for this moment embody because it's true actually because my wife wants me to embody a dustbin man every Thursday. Take that out as though you were working for the council. That seems perfectly
you say,
reasonable.
I will do that.
Perfectly reasonable.
I will do that, and then later you will embody a role which is not necessarily you, but would be very useful in the bedroom.
Fantastic. There you go.
so that's that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Words of affirmation,
words of affirmation.
and you can see why I'm bad at
Gifts.
words of affirmation.
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
The next
yes.
one, yeah.
Physical
That-
affection. Everybody. I'll be interested in the people who don't like physical affection because I love it.
Everybody, but it's probably one of your because normally is the have one or two. It is one of my leads as well. But it's interesting. If I talk about so my wife Claire, it's not one of her leads. So say,
Oh,
on a very-
is she a big hugger? No.
I'm a big hugger, right? So we're going to get on to for instance, acts of service. That's one of hers. So I'll be like, give me a cuddle, let's have a cuddle, a kiss, or whatever. But if I haven't done the dishes, she's not interested.
Oh,
you see?
need to earn it.
I gotta
You
get
need to
the
earn
points,
it.
man.
You gotta earn
I gotta
it.
get the cred.
What about with your friends? What about with your non-relationship? Are you very huggy?
I'm huggy. So even as we met today,
Yeah.
you went fist bump. I would have given you a 10-minute
You're a
cuddle
hugger.
if you wanted to. but he wanted to just order dinner.
Yeah.
No, but I very much read people's body language. So I'm a hugger with some people, and then other people who I feel like they've got a boundary, I won't.
I'm a big hugger.
You're a big hugger?
Yeah, but I've almost
bugger.
so with my what?
That's a big booger. Anyway, carry on.
With my ex-girlfriend, it would be like she'd be like, I need a minute of not touching you
Yeah,
now.
because
if
she's
that's
like,
all right.
because we're not going out anymore. All right.
Get out my house, please.
Yeah, I've talked to you about
I
this.
shut the window. Very good.
That's an interesting one.
Do you think that was part of the reason why you're no longer together? That you wanted to hug her and she wanted to not?
Maybe, but
No, not really.
no, I wouldn't say so.
It was other stuff.
There was some other stuff.
I remember the issues. It wasn't the hugging.
That was really fantastic. Good to hear there was deeper issues. It really is.
And then, so those are three
Acts of service you mentioned.
Acts of service.
Acts of service.
acts
I
of
reckon
service.
that's
I
most
think
women's
is
big
very
one.
important. But I'll tell you what the
To
interesting
some
thing
people,
is.
but to
No,
some
I'll tell you what the problem is. If you are a person doing acts of service and you are never receiving any back, it starts to feel terrible.
They are the people that can basically boil with resentment.
Yes,
right?
because
I'm doing
it
this
takes
for-
a lot of effort to do the acts of service sometimes.
Right.
So it's things like, it's the person who will wake up and she will make the picnics for everybody
Yeah.
and take care of everybody and whatever. But
Who's going
it
on?
can feel,
Sorry, do you still go on
no,
picnics?
for kids,
Right,
for
okay.
kids, for example, right?
Excuse me, adults can go on
Adults
picnics
can
as
go
well.
on
I want to put it out there.
can't. Stop it.
Lay out a little
No,
blanket and
but people who
yeah.
take care. I feel like I do a lot of active service, taking care of the people you love, doing all of that.
Well, I've got an example today. Like my son, Josiah, he's
Yes.
on work experience. You know, work experience where kids go into
Yes.
it's part of the school thing, which I always found a funny time here because you basically you walk around town and there's loads of children in suits. And you're like, it's work experience week. Well, this morning I did him a sandwich, right, and I've just
Yes,
got a
that's an
message
act
off
of
him,
service.
and it was a chicken sandwich, and he just sent me this message. Watch this.
Dad, you did really good with this chicken sandwich. Thank you a lot. It's much appreciated.
There you go.
So that was exchange of
him-
acts of service for a word of affirmation.
He doesn't.
Oh yeah.
That was
he doesn't
thanks to you.
speak like I thought he would have done.
How do you think he would speak?
Speaks a bit.
Hello, father.
Bit roadman-y.
Yeah, he's a bit.
Does he?
He's
Yeah.
a bit roadman.
He's
yeah.
cool.
Is he? How old is he?
15.
How do you feel about him speaking a bit roadman-y?
Oh,
Does it irritate you?
I'm
No,
not
but it
for
means
it.
he's
I'd
cool.
like.
It means he's cool. It
He's
means
cool.
he's not being bullied.
But he's
Fine.
not. He's not. You.
It's
You're
no,
not.
it's a survival technique because he goes to a really rough
Do you
school.
reckon it's just putting it on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has to though, in order to survive in this. We put him in like
Why?
a sort of Grange Hill.
I don't think
meets
it's.
Basra.
I actually don't
Like
think
there's-
it's putting it on. I think it's that your idiolect is developed by your
It's your peers.
peers.
So he's had
so
to
if you're
learn
hanging
that.
around a bunch of people who speak in a certain slang, all of them speak.
But
But if you hang out with him for a week, he's not speaking like
I
that. is he?
definitely hang out with him, and he's basically gone. He's looked at his mates, and he's looked at me, and he's gone. I'll go with them. That's it. And I would say, come on, Ray, use a bit of vocab. Let's use words that I would understand.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like slang and stuff like that he uses, but he's gone with it.
Yeah.
But we
being
at
a
least
teenager,
agree on
it's how it
chicken
works.
sandwiches.
So,
And the last
Acts of
one,
service.
Acts
Acts
of
of service,
service.
physical section, words of affirmation. It begins at quality.
quality time.
Quality
Yeah,
time. Quality
It's a
time.
big one. This one's for Claire.
That's a very big one for women.
I think women. I reckon acts of service is probably the most common one for women.
I've got a friend.
No, maybe I'm saying it's
I've
the
got-
it's the one.
no,
one
it
that-
depends.
I reckon
It-
what I'm saying is men are the most bad at. Probably.
I think it depends because like I've got a friend
Yeah.
who she said, and she's a very attractive woman,
Yeah.
super fit.
Got a
She said
picture?
you've seen Dharma,
All right. Okay.
yeah? Right.
I just thought it was funny to say.
Yeah,
and then you're
it
like,
is
yeah,
funny.
of course.
Yeah.
I've got everything about them. And
But she was talking.
We'll be
to,
sending a picture to all our Patreon members.
but it was so interesting to hear her say this, and I was like, "This proves you're really attractive." She was like, "It's so easy to get money from men. Men will just throw money at you. Doesn't mean anything.
Not fucking me. That's for
It's
sure.
so much harder to get them to spend time with you." And because she's someone really attractive who men have always been like, yeah, I'll buy you a drink, yeah, I'll pay your rent, whatever. Like,
Wow.
she doesn't value it. What she values is, the busy businessman will not spend 3 hours with you, right? They've got no time. And so for her, time is
Wow.
more valuable than gifts.
But maybe she made that clear to them. Look, if you, rather than give me a car, if you spend 3 hours, they'll be like, yeah, that's probably, I'll go with that.
No,
I'll
you
go
say
with
that, but busy, high-powered, wealthy men, money's nothing.
Well, maybe she
Time
should
is
stop
something.
dating busy, high-powered, wealthy men, which
Yeah,
is why she's
she's
dating
saying-
you.
Because when she says, the problem with
dating.
men,
We're not dating.
what she's talking about is wealthy, high-powered, busy men. That's what she's talking about. It's a very niche market because,
It's a niche.
I'm not giving her nothing.
Yeah.
Money, you're not giving her anything either, are you?
Oh,
Exactly.
I want stuff from
No,
her.
I was
Let's balance it.
no, I was extrapolating. She's not. I was extrapolating based on the fact that she said men are
get
easy
you.
with their money.
But I do think, right, this is interesting thesis. I just from my very limited research of men and women, I do think quality time and acts of service, more women on. If I think about guys that I know and women, and I'd say for me and Claire, for me it's like, physical affection, words of affirmation. My main ones, hers ones are
Mine,
quality
they're
time.
my main too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
No, but I think it's based on what you don't get from your partner. Okay, because
Nice.
a lot of, if you were someone who always was giving her quality time and acts of service all the time,
She'd soon get bored of that.
she'd be like, I need some words. I need some gifts. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always piling the acts of service onto people, but I'm
Yeah.
bad with the words.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that my partners, they start wanting the words.
Yeah, man.
So you
Look
just
at
write
that.
them books to avoid having to say anything.
I literally wrote.
Yeah, I
Karen
know.
a
It's
book.
like
yeah,
I won't say I love you, but I will write you an entire book. Actually,
yeah. They're your words. They're your bloody words.
You can
just want
highlight
you to
the
say
ones
it.
you
But
like.
the words is more. The book I wrote is more of a gift,
yeah.
and it's also time because this bastard probably spent 10 hours writing this thing for me.
Yeah. So have you ever talked through with a partner, anyone like a girlfriend or whatever, gone and said, so what's your love language, what's mine? I've done a survey.
I had a time where on first dates, if a woman hadn't done the test, I'd be like, you should do the test. You'll love it.
Wait, there's a test?
There's an online test where you do questions.
Not done a test.
Have you done the test?
No, I've never done the test.
But it's like 50 questions.
You have to be specific about what test they should do, though. You know, do
STI.
the test. Which one's that?
Have you done the test?
STDs.
So is it a test which figures out which one is the most important to you?
Yeah, so like a multiple choice.
And the one which was most important to you was
touch and then words affirmation.
Physical.
So you should do the...
I just know.
And it gives you a percentage of each one where you're at.
Well, I know gifts is really low for me.
Really I'm very high on the gifts.
Because I'm like you. I'm a bit like, so like it comes to my birthday and bless, my kids and Claire, they're like, so what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, there's nothing you've guys can get me that I don't have access to.
But I'll tell you the truth.
I could just order it myself.
I think there's a difference between giving and receiving, right? Because I think my love languages of how I show love is acts of service and gifts.
Right.
But I don't want those things.
You don't want gifts.
I shower them. I shower them on people who I have affection. That's how I show it. But how do I want it back? Probably time.
Actually, quality time is a big one for you.
Quality time is a big one.
Because, like, say, for instance, with you, you're busy and everything, but you say, look, do you want to hang out for an hour? You're like, yeah. Because that's a way of going.
That's
I
don't have a lot of time, so I am choosing to spend this time with you.
Doing this podcast. That's the way we're all hanging out, I guess.
Also, time for someone who's got nothing to do, there's no value in the time they give you. But someone busy, you're like, wow, you actually carved out some time.
I guess like if we go out for a meal, you'll generally go, oh, you pay half. So that's a way of that.
Do you know what? That's that's a form of gift, isn't it? And yeah, and it's right. Like, so it's context, because say last night I was about to play football and I got all my football kit, but Claire had been away for the weekend and I was literally about to go to football and I said, I'm going to go now, but did you want to spend, and she was like, oh, I thought we were going to spend, and I was like, so I can, and it was better because I was like, I had something else I was going to and wanted to do, and we went out for a drink.
You just didn't want to play football.
Oh, so there was no game in the first. It was just I learned it on this course, mate. Rule 4 of the game:
put football gear on and take it off.
Yeah.
For all of them, though,
I
feel like the difference with the acts of service and the gifts is there needs to be an acknowledgement of what you did. There needs to be appreciation.
Definitely for acts of service.
I've learned with these bloody women. So my old boss told me this analogy called "fly in the soup," which you probably heard, where this couple go out for a lovely meal, lovely restaurant, best soup they've ever had.
I've heard this. It's great.
But there's a fly in it, and they don't think of that nice soup. They just think of the fly. Yeah. So, and I think whenever, especially when a relationship's going in a tough patch,
it's all fly, no soup.
They always go, you did this and you did this and you did this and you piece of shit. And I go, but I also did this.
Yeah.
That you've not mentioned.
Yeah.
And they go, so surely that's... But that's
what
I think
you concentrate on, isn't it, really?
That upsets me a lot. Because then there comes a point where you just feel like everything you do is under a microscope. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, look, and I remember there was one of these relationship therapists, and they're talking about how, especially in long marriages, people need to not stop thanking the other one for stuff.
Yeah.
Because the problem is when it just becomes, you take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes a thing they do in the background.
You literally can. You can basically concentrate on the things that people have done wrong and what way you're different, or you can concentrate on what brings you together.
Which is going to be better for everyone, probably.
It's going to be better for everyone. And you can't, right? No relationship can last if people hold grudges, because someone's always, even the most perfect partner's always going to do something.
Always done something.
I think
that's where it falls apart.
It's like when you have a boss. Generally, bosses only focus on the bad, and they never go, "Well done for being on time today."
Review, yeah, and that's where employees often, I've heard people talk about that have proper jobs. They're like, they basically, you have these review meetings, don't you? And then they go through what you've done wrong, rather than like,
I reckon
this is where
if you had a workplace and the boss was just like, right, the only goal is all the employees need to be happy and like being here a bit. Everyone would be more productive.
I've got these friends, right? who they're in the 50s, but they're married. They've got 2 kids, and not bragging. I've got his friends, but anyway, they're both quite high up they're both NHS managers. Check this, right? They've been married for a few years, whatever, and they said they don't have, for their anniversary, they do a review.
Really?
That's what they do. Like as you would do with like a
work
review. So they go,
That's
rather than an anniversary dinner, they go, let's have an appraisal.
That's terrible.
They do it every year.
Yeah.
And they seem to like it. Like, okay, well, this is where you've done well. This is what I've got. And then they basically go, should we?
But you know what would backfire with that is I could see myself doing an appraisal with a partner and just being like, I can't tell her that. I can't tell her that. If I give her a total honest appraisal, blowjobs are off the menu. People don't like criticism. It's very hard to hear criticism.
No.
We got to wrap up now.
We got to wrap up.
Okay, let's wrap
I
up.
reckon we'll do a part 2 of this.
Well, interesting. Yeah, we could.
We'll talk. We'll talk about.
I've got something. I've got more in the back pocket.
We'll do a part 2.
But for now, peace and love.
Thanks everyone.
Love.
July
Ciao.
6th. See you in a bit.